Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the WrestleDude YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be showing you how to create this custom Bray Wyatt LED working light up lantern. As you can see here, boom, fits perfectly in the hand, lights up, and works great to scale. So today I'm going to be showing you how I created this, the tools you are going to need in order to do it, and the best places that you can buy this stuff from. So for starters, I'm going to pull the camera back here. I'm going to show you what tools you're going to need. We're going to tilt this down just a little bit. So, the tools that you are going to need for this are going to be some wire cutters. You're going to need some tweezers. You are going to need a toothpick. I just have this one just because this is what I use for a lot of my smaller painting details and stuff like that, but it has another purpose for this video. And then you are going to need two different types of wiring. You're going to need some smaller 18 gauge wiring. I just bought this like variety pack just because there's a couple different ones in here that I was using for other projects. And then you're going to need some thicker wiring, 16 gauge. I bought these one was from Walmart, the other one was from a craft store, so you could probably find them on Amazon, but I mean, like I said, this one I found at Walmart, so you might be able to find it there, but fairly decent prices, and I'll explain what each of these are for when we get to that. And then the final piece, what you're going to need is the lantern itself. So I found these dollhouse LED lanterns off of Amazon. They are 1/12 scale and they are light up. They have a little battery in the bottom. You unscrew the bottom and you can replace the batteries as they die out, but obviously I'm not leaving these on all of the time, so I don't really need to take the battery out. I ended up buying two of them. This one I had bought, or maybe like a year ago, off of eBay, so it's slightly bigger, but I mean, it still works pretty much the exact same way. So if you're looking for a different like coloring, this one's maybe like a little bit more like lighter brown versus this being like penny colored copper or something like that. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using this one here today. So you guys are going to need one of these. So you got pretty much the basic shape here. The only thing that I don't really like about this is the color of the lighting is warm versus, you know, if you see Bray Wyatt on TV or Uncle Howdy on TV nowadays, the lantern color is a little bit more white. If there was a way for me to change the bulb, I would do that, but there's not really a way for me to get this off of here without breaking it completely. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to leave it as is and be happy with that, which I am, because these look pretty awesome when it's all said and done. Anyways, on to how we're going to make this. And if you are a younger person that is watching this, make sure you do this with adult supervision, because a lot of the stuff in this is dangerous and you could get hurt badly. So, with that all out of the way, let's get into it. So, what you're going to need to do is take your wiring. So this wiring is actually a little bit thicker, and this is actually going to be the wiring that is used for the handle, since this handle on this lantern is still very, very thin. If you just try to put it into the action figure's hand, it literally slips through the C-grip fingers, so I needed a way for it to be thicker, so I bought this thicker wire. You can even go thicker than this, like for instance with this one, it still sort of slips out of the hand, but it's a lot more difficult to slip out of the hand. So it pops back in with ease, but then you see this one, and then yeah, you can easily just pop it out like that. So for displaying purposes, you know, you want to display him with his hand up, it makes it a little bit harder. So that thicker wire is going to be used for the handle, so you're going to want to take your wire cutting scissors, want to find the end of the wire here, cut it to a little bit of a length like that, which we're going to do here. I'm going to take this, cut it there. There we go. Take that off. And then from there, you want to kind of map out the shape of the handle. There we go. And I know what you're thinking, it's already pretty long as is. Well, you want to leave yourself a little bit of space. and that'll be for the next part here. So boom, boom, boom. So now you've got your little curve here, and you can adjust this as we go. So got your little curve right there. And you can actually see on this, I already took my wire cutting scissors and I clipped the middle of this. You can see it's actually not connected at all. So this is the trick for the next part. I'm actually going to utilize these. I'm going to take my pliers here, or my tweezers, whatever you want to call them, and actually bend this around into a circle. And then let's see here. Boom, boom. So you got one circle there. Curve that around. You can leave the excess for a moment. Oh! Hey, how about that? Hey, that popped out. What the heck? Well, that's impromptu. What the heck? I guess there is a way for that to pop out, huh? How about that? Does that still work? Huh. Well, maybe there will be a way for me to change out that light color. Cool. I'll have to check that out later. Anyways, back to the video. I guess that was just like a little added bonus thing there for you. So that can come off. Question is now, how does it go back on? I'll figure that out later. Anyways, that actually might make it a little easier to work on this part. There we go. So we're gonna bend that around and do our little circle there. Now I have to figure out what size light, LED light this takes, so that way I can start looking up online to see if I can find like a blue or a white colored bulb that'll fit in this. Then I'll make it next level accurate. Anyways, so after this you got your little circles here on the sides. So for the excess, what you want to do, once again, take your little wire cutters and cut a little bit of the excess off. Throw that away, a little bit of the excess off, and throw that away. Boom. There we go. Now, I'm going to take my curved wire and just slide each end through the hole here. Boom, boom. And then from here, once again, take my wiring, and you want to bend it up and curve it around so it makes a little hook. And then once you get both ends, you can kind of tighten up the hook here so that way it doesn't slip off, but it still has the freedom to slide around. That was the problem originally with these, is that the handle of the lantern consistently is stuck upward, when in reality Bray's lantern, it has the little handle that like moves from side to side. So once you get that, use your pliers, bend that in to close it up. Don't make it too tight, but just tight enough to where it won't slide off, but loose enough to where it can swing around. Look at that. Perfect. So we got that. Let me see if I can't pop this back on here, because I kind of need this in place for the next part of the video. Oh, okay. Here. Pop that. Then we'll do this upside down. Carefully, without breaking the bulb and not freaking out. We're going to do this calmly, even though I'm hyped up on hot chocolate. It's like freezing cold out today, so I had to drink some hot chocolate. There we go. Okay, so we got that back into place. And then I'm going to take this little piece that was on the very top that I think holds it all into place and screw it back in. Do we got it? Is it in place? I think we've got it. Yep. There we go. That's how it popped out. Okay, there we go. Well, now we got our centerpiece back in place. There you can see it's already starting to come together. So this would be okay as is, but I'm going for 100% accuracy. Well, not 100%, but even closer accuracy. So what I'm going to need are the little cross wires that, as you can see on my finished product here, has the little cross wires. So that is actually what your thinner wire is going to be for. So what you're going to want to do is cut off some pieces of that to a long length. And I actually have some here. Hold on a second. Oh wait, actually that's longer wire. Hold on. So I got some pieces of thinner wire here. So what you want to do with this is take it, one long piece. These are kind of leftovers, so they're not going to be like super long enough. Actually, they might be. So kind of stretch it straight through like that, and then bend it around the sides and kind of have it curving facing downward. And like I said, this might not reach exactly because this is sort of like leftover wiring. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. Cut it a little bit longer than that so that way it reaches all the way to the bottom. And you want to do that for both sides. Make sure both sides reach towards the bottom. I'm going to do it this side as well. Oop. It is smaller wiring and kind of difficult to manage. There we go. So how about that? Perfect. And this is where you're also going to need like a form of glue. I used hot glue on this. I just took like a little dab of hot glue, put it there on the sides, and that's actually what I used my little toothpick for. Is I would push the wiring and stuff into the hot glue to get it to stick. And from far back and in figure photography, you can't even really tell the glue is there because it comes out clear. It kind of blends in with this little glass casing. So it actually looks really good. But I mean, if you're worried about that hot glue like getting on your fingers or something like that, like you can try to use regular super glue. Just depends. You just got to be careful not to get too much of it on, otherwise it'll be overbearing. And obviously make sure you don't get it on your fingers. But I mean, that looks pretty good on its own, other than the wiring not being the right length. I'll go back and fix that. But for the purposes of this tutorial video, it actually turned out really good. So here we're going to take our lantern, our finished lantern, pop it in Bray Wyatt's hand. All right, take a step back and look at that. Perfect lantern light on, or light off, I should say. Let's turn the light on, see what it looks like. Boom, look at that. That looks perfect. And then, hold on, let me turn the lights on. I guess it doesn't really help much. I have my light turned on my phone. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That looks perfect. And then you hold up to the face. That is perfect. Perfect for figure photography, or your fig fed, or just, well, I wouldn't play around with this since it has an LED battery in it. You want to be careful with that. But yeah, that is how I created my custom LED Bray Wyatt or Uncle Howdy lantern. I hope you guys have fun doing this craft if you end up doing it. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on my Instagram page. It's where I post a lot of my wrestling figure customizing stuff like that. Link should be in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.